Tomorrow isn't just another full moon. What's about to unfold in the sky is a celestial coronation, a rare cosmic event that will thrust certain people into the spotlight, whether they're ready for it or not. And if you've been working in the shadows, grinding in silence, building something that nobody sees yet, tomorrow changes everything. The full moon in Leo arrives on February 1st, and it's not here to whisper, it's here to announce, to reveal, to place a crown on the heads of those who've earned it. Most people think a full moon is just a pretty sight in the sky, but this one carries the weight of destiny. And here's what nobody's telling you. 3 specific zodiac signs are standing at the threshold of major recognition. We're talking career breakthroughs, public accolades, and the kind of visibility that changes the trajectory of your entire life. If you're one of these 3 signs, tomorrow is your moment. But before I tell you which signs are about to be crowned, there's something you need to know. If you've been feeling an unusual pull toward the spotlight lately, like something inside you is demanding to be seen, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason why this is happening to you right now, and I'll explain it later, so stick around. Right now, what you need to understand is this. The energy building toward tomorrow's full moon isn't subtle, it's regal, it's fierce. And it's about to separate those who are ready to step into their power from those who will remain invisible. The Leo full moon isn't just bright, it's blinding. Let's talk about what makes this particular full moon so powerful. Tomorrow, at exactly 5:08 p.m. Eastern Time, the moon reaches perfect fullness at 13 degrees of Leo. And Leo is the sign of the monarch, the performer, the one who stands center stage while the world watches. When the full moon lands in Leo, it doesn't just illuminate, it magnifies. Everything hidden gets exposed. Every talent buried in the dark suddenly catches the light. Every person who's been building in silence finds themselves thrust into visibility. But here's what makes this even more intense. The moon isn't alone. Standing directly across from it in the sky is a massive lineup of planets in Aquarius. The Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto. All of them staring down the Leo moon like a panel of judges. This creates what astrologers call the one against the many archetype, the solitary lion facing the collective crowd. And in that moment of opposition, something extraordinary happens. Recognition. Think about it. A king without a kingdom is just a person sitting in a chair, but when the crowd acknowledges the king, when the collective turns its gaze and says, "This is our leader," that's when the crown becomes real. That's what tomorrow's full moon is doing. It's forcing the collective, Aquarius, to look at the individual, Leo, and acknowledge their worth. And if you've been feeling like you're on the verge of something big, like all your hard work is about to pay off in ways you can't quite explain yet, you're feeling this energy already. Your soul has been whispering, tomorrow it shouts. There's an ancient symbol associated with this exact degree of Leo where the moon will be tomorrow. It's called the Sabian symbol, and it speaks of a human soul seeking opportunities for outward manifestation. Read that again. A soul seeking to be seen, to emerge, to express itself in the material world. This isn't about vanity. This isn't about ego for ego's sake. This is about the spiritual necessity of being witnessed, of bringing your internal truth into external reality, of letting the world see what you've been creating in private. For months, maybe even years, you've been working on something, a skill, a project, a version of yourself that nobody else has seen yet. You've been in the incubator phase, hidden away, developing, growing, preparing. And tomorrow, the incubator opens. The Leo full moon acts like a cosmic spotlight that finds you even if you're trying to hide. It illuminates talent, it reveals authenticity. It exposes the people who've been doing the real work versus those who've just been talking about it. And here's the thing about Leo energy, it can't be ignored. It's fire, it's heat, it's the sun at noon demanding your attention. When this full moon peaks tomorrow, the people who are meant to be seen will be impossible to overlook. But not everyone experiences this the same way. While every sign will feel the heat of this fire moon, there are 3 signs, 3 specific positions in the cosmic geometry, that are about to experience what I can only describe as a crowning moment. The 3 signs about to wear the crown. If you're a Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus, pay very close attention, because what's about to happen to you in the next 48 hours could define the next chapter of your life. Let me break down exactly why these 3 signs are the protagonists of this cosmic drama. Leo, the return of the monarch. For Leo Sun or Leo Rising, this full moon is landing directly in your first house of identity. Your face, your name, your personal brand. This is your moon. This is your moment. Think of it like this. The sun, which rules Leo, is currently in your 7th house of others. It's shining from the position of the public, the audience, the world watching. And that light, it's bouncing directly back onto you. It's a mirror effect. The collective is reflecting your own glory back at you. They're seeing you the way you've always seen yourself, or the way you've been trying to see yourself. This is main character energy at its absolute peak. If you're Leo, tomorrow you might experience something that feels almost magnetic, doors opening that were previously closed, people reaching out who've never noticed you before, opportunities arriving that feel perfectly timed, almost divinely orchestrated. This isn't luck, this is cosmic alignment. You've been preparing for this, even if you didn't know it, the version of you that existed before this full moon. It doesn't fit where you're going anymore. You're being crowned with a new level of visibility, authority, and personal power. And with Pluto opposing from the 7th house, this recognition comes with transformation. The old you is dying, the new you, the one stepping into the spotlight, is being born. Scorpio, the apex of authority. For Scorpio rising, Leo rules your 10th house of career and public reputation. This is the midheaven, the highest point in your chart. And when the full moon lands here, it's the classic astrological signature for a career peak. We're talking promotions, awards, public accolades, the kind of recognition that comes from the top down, authority figures noticing your work, your name being mentioned in rooms you're not even in. Here's what's fascinating about Scorpio. You typically prefer to operate from the shadows. You're the strategist, the power behind the throne, the one pulling strings that nobody sees. But this full moon, it's dragging you into the light whether you like it or not. And the crazy part? You might find yourself drawing attention without even trying. People are suddenly interested in what you have to say. Your expertise is being sought after. Your reputation is rising, and it's happening faster than you expected. This is your moment to claim authority, to step out of the background and into a leadership position, to let the world see the depth of what you've been building. The tension here is the square from the Aquarius stellium. There might be pressure, there might be a power struggle, but the full moon ensures victory if you're willing to embrace the visibility. Don't shrink back now. The throne is ready. Taurus, the breakthrough architect. Taurus, your situation is unique and potentially the most explosive of all 3 signs. Here's why. While the Leo full moon is lighting up your 4th house of home and foundations, the massive Aquarius stellium is blazing through your 10th house of career. 5 planets, all focused on your professional life. But here's the kicker. Uranus stations direct in your sign just 48 hours after this full moon. Uranus, the planet of sudden breakthroughs, unexpected changes and revolutionary innovation, is waking up in your 1st house. What does this mean practically? Sudden recognition for being different. You're not being acknowledged for fitting in. You're being recognized for standing out, for modernizing old systems, for bringing fresh perspective to traditional structures, for being the one willing to break the mold. This might manifest as a career opportunity that comes out of nowhere, a professional breakthrough that you didn't see coming, or a sudden shift in how people perceive you, from reliable and steady to innovative and forward-thinking. The 4th-10th axis activation suggests you're building a private foundation, 4th house, that enables a massive public breakthrough, 10th house. The work you've been doing behind the scenes, in your personal life, in your home base, It's about to have major career implications, and with Uranus direct in your sign, your identity is the catalyst. Who you are is changing, and the world is about to notice. But here's what nobody is telling you about this recognition. Recognition doesn't just fall from the sky. Well, actually, with this full moon it kind of does, but there's a mechanism behind it. And understanding this mechanism is crucial. Remember that Aquarius stellium I mentioned? The Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars and Pluto all clustered together opposite the Leo moon. That's the collective, that's the audience, that's social media, community consensus, the internet, the network effect. Your recognition tomorrow isn't coming from some solitary authority figure in an ivory tower. It's coming from the people, from the crowd, from the collective deciding all at once that you deserve to be seen. This is why the timing matters. We're living in an era where a single viral moment can change someone's life overnight, where community validation carries as much weight as traditional credentials, where the collective has more power than ever to elevate unknown voices. The Aquarius energy says the network is crowning you, and when the network speaks, it speaks loudly. For the three signs I mentioned, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, your recognition is likely to come through. Social platforms exploding with attention, your work being shared by people you've never met, community endorsement that leads to professional opportunities, going viral in your specific niche or field, being chosen by the collective, not just by gatekeepers. This is grassroots fame, peer-validated authority, and it's more powerful than you think. The Uranus factor, when recognition comes like lightning. Now let me tell you about the wild card in all of this, Uranus. On February 3rd, just 48 hours after this full moon, Uranus stations direct at 27 degrees Taurus. And when Uranus stands still in the sky, its power amplifies exponentially. Uranus is the planet of the unexpected, the sudden, the shocking. It governs breakthroughs, disruptions, and those moments where reality shifts faster than you can process. And because Uranus rules the entire Aquarius stellium opposing the moon, this means the recognition arriving tomorrow has a Uranian signature. Translation: it's probably going to surprise you. You might not see it coming. The opportunity might arrive from a direction you never anticipated. The person who elevates you might be someone completely unexpected. The platform that amplifies your message might not be the one you were focused on. This is especially true for Taurus, since Uranus is stationing in your sign, but even Leo and Scorpio will feel this electric, unpredictable energy. Here's my advice: stay flexible. Don't be so attached to how you think recognition should look that you miss it when it arrives in a different form. The universe is creative. Sometimes the crown doesn't look like you expected. The shadow of the crown, what happens when the spotlight gets too bright? Every full moon has a shadow side, and with this much fire, air, and fixed energy colliding, we need to talk about the potential pitfalls. The biggest danger here is hubris. With all this attention, all this validation, all this sudden visibility, it's easy to let it go to your head, to start believing you're untouchable, to forget that the crown was given by the collective, and what the collective gives, it can also take away. The opposition to Aquarius is a reminder: the king serves the people. Leadership isn't about ego gratification. Recognition isn't about feeling superior. It's about responsibility. If you're one of the three signs receiving this cosmic coronation, remember this: you're being elevated so you can serve at a higher level, so you can reach more people, so you can use your platform for something that matters. The moment recognition becomes purely self-serving is the moment the Aquarius stellium, the collective, will check you hard. There's also Mars and Pluto in that opposition, which adds volatility and intensity. Some people might react to your visibility with jealousy, with criticism, with attempts to tear you down. That's the price of the spotlight. But here's the thing: if you accept this recognition with grace and gratitude, if you acknowledge the community that made it possible, if you stay grounded in your purpose, the crown stays on your head. And honestly, that's the difference between 15 minutes of fame and lasting impact. What to do with this energy right now? So you know this energy is building, you know tomorrow is significant, you know 3 signs are especially activated, but what do you do with this information? First, own your story. If you're Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus, stop diminishing your accomplishments, stop hiding your light to make others comfortable. The universe is literally constructing a spotlight for you. Step into it. Second, prepare to be seen. Update your profiles, polish your pitch, get your work ready to share, because when opportunity knocks at this speed, you don't have time to scramble. Be ready now. Third, stay grounded. With this much fire and air energy, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement and lose touch with reality. Keep your feet on the ground even as the spotlight finds you. Fourth, trust the timing. If you've been wondering when your moment would come, wondering if all this work would ever pay off, this is your answer. The cosmos doesn't operate on your timeline, it operates on its own, and apparently, this is the moment. Finally, acknowledge the collective. Remember, the Aquarius energy is about community. When recognition comes, share it. Thank the people who supported you. Lift others up even as you rise. That's how you keep the crown. Tomorrow you cross a threshold you can't uncross. Here's what I want you to understand about tomorrow's full moon. It's not just an event. It's a threshold, a portal, a point of no return. The version of you that exists before this full moon and the version that exists after, they're not the same. Something shifts. Something changes. Something in you steps forward that can't step back. For the 3 signs I've mentioned, this shift is external and internal. You're not just being seen differently by others, you're seeing yourself differently. Your relationship to your own power, your own worth, your own right to take up space, it's all being recalibrated. And once you cross this threshold, once you accept the crown, once you step into this new level of visibility and authority, there's no going back to invisibility. The light has found you. The question is, what will you do with it? This full moon is happening at the cross-quarter festival of Imbolc, the first stirrings of spring, the return of the light. It's about emergence, about coming out of hiding, about the seed that's been buried in winter darkness finally pushing through the soil. You've been in the dark long enough. You've been preparing, developing, growing in silence. Tomorrow the soil breaks open. Tomorrow you emerge, and the world is waiting to see what you've become. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below, especially if you're Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus and you're feeling this energy already. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.